Welcome, everybody, to the Fly Racing Racer X Charlotte SMX Review Show. Thank you for watching and listening, or watching and listening, or just watching or just listening, whatever it is. Lots to talk about when it comes to Charlotte, most of it off the track, really. So we'll dive right into all of this. Thank you to Racer X, by the way. Subscribe to the magazine, and you'll read some cool stories in there. Also, thank you to Fly Racing, flyracing.com. Whether it's Cooper Webb making his return to SMX in some real cool retro gear with the Damon Bradshaw when they rolled out there for the opening ceremonies with Bradshaw on a 2-stroke. That might have been the best part of the night for me. Flyracing.com. Use the code PulpMX to save. Thank you to Fly Racing. And again, Cooper Webb, RJ Hampshire, Dean Wilson showing up out of nowhere. Use the code PulpMX when you check out at Fly Racing, and you can save with that. So thank you to Fly. And also Matthes, Renthal, Motorsport.com, Brunt Workwear, all on board this podcast. Before we get too far into this, let me talk about Renthal. Our guy Lars giving us some barbecue over there at the Honda HRC. They use Renthal, bars, sprockets, Kawasaki, and their Zero riders. They use Renthal as well. Red Bull KTM, bars, sprockets, mountain bike parts are now available in power sports dealers nationwide. They've got the lock-on grips, which are crushing it, I guess, on sales. Check that out. They're available in all the patterns, all the compounds. Renthal.com for more information. They got a dealer inventory locator on their website as well. So we'll tell you more about the other guys later on. But again, thank you for watching and listening. With me to talk about Charlotte SMX, the voice of SMX. I don't know if he doesn't get paid everything because he only did half a race, but we'll find that out. The Jason Wygant. What's up, Weege?
Yeah. Not the best way to kick off the playoffs here with the half a race. Although it is odd. I was thinking it felt so short, but those are actually 20-minute races that are actually the length of a Supercross main. But when you know there's supposed to be more, it doesn't feel anything like that. But yeah, I'm just super bummed for the fans. I don't think the riders cared that much. I think they were probably after maybe Justin Cooper, maybe would have liked to have had a second moto to redeem himself. I don't think the riders or teams wanted to go back out, but that sucked for the fans.
Yeah, it really did. Did you get paid the full amount though, or do you get only half pay?
I honestly will not know until Friday. I believe. Okay. I believe it's 1 week behind.
All right. Also on the line from Fly Racing, flyracing.com. Jason Thomas. What's up, JT?
Not too much. I thought it was great. I thought it was...
Oh, here we go. Oh, my God. Okay.
I couldn't agree more, JT. Right there with you. This is playoff level.
Yep.
Catch the fever.
This is
going to be a rough show.
Yeah. Things okay. You just expect the unexpected when it comes to the playoffs. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, no, exactly. Listen, I did talk to some managers, very important managers after the race, and they all were telling me that pretty much everyone was pushing for a cancel amongst the teams. We had two lightning strikes, 30-minute holds on each one. We might have had a third. Pouring rain. Even if they had raced, it was going to be a roll around Foxborough type of situation. The track was sketchy as it was, which we'll get into. I do feel for the fans, but honestly, I can't really come down on anyone for this. I don't think it's feasible, based on what Lakewood told us and based on what other people tell us about other races, to rent light stands to light the track is a very expensive proposition. I can't sit here and be like, hey, Feld, you should have had light banks on ready to go in case we were delayed by 2 thunderstorms and track. Like, I just can't. No. So, like, the right decision was made. It does suck totally, but honestly, yeah, the decision was made. I mean, the lighting was going to be the problem. We could wait out the lightning. We could wait out the rain, which we pretty much did, but the lighting was the problem, and I can't come down on Feld for this. So, yeah, I get it. I agree with it. It sucks, but I agree with it.
Well, I think we have to first say the lightning was the biggest. Yes, it led to a lighting problem, but the lightning, I just want everyone to know, the race was not messed up because it rained. If it rained only, they would have run the motos at the exact same time. Maybe they would have cut laps.
Yeah, for sure.
The Foxborough race proves, even in 2025, I know society is soft, but we literally saw a super muddy Supercross this year. Mud races are fine. It's just lightning. I don't know what's changed in the world where, I mean, there probably was lightning at Daytona 2008. There had to have been lightning that night, I would think. But for whatever reason now, every sporting event, Did you guys watch that Thursday Night Football game, the Eagles game, when they had the delay?
Yeah, I fell
It
asleep.
was just as jarring. Like, you could tell the TV crew was not prepared. Like, what? There's an hour delay in an NFL game? Lightning, man. This is the way it's going to be from now on. I don't know if it's lawyers, insurance. The facility wasn't going to let anybody in the building when it was lightning. I just don't want people to think the mud wasn't the problem. But yes, Steve, the teams didn't want to be out there.
Do you think the aluminum benches would have been really great in lightning strikes? Yeah,
Look,
like
and I don't
JT
think this is directly related. I mean, you literally had at the Ponca City amateur race last year, a kid racing on the dirt bike got struck by lightning.
Yeah,
That's not why this decision was made. This is the facility deciding these are our rules. But unfortunately, get used to it. This lightning thing is here forever.
JT, we could have gone riding if there was proper light banks out there. But again, like I said off the top, I cannot sit here and yell at Feld for not having 30 emergency light banks ready to go, right? Like,
yeah, that's not a reasonable ask.
Right.
The race was never supposed to go at night. It's not built to go at night. Like, that was, yeah, you're talking about completely changing the dynamic of the event in the 0.1% chance that we would have to go racing at night. To me, and had nothing else to do. So I was talking to people, and I was at the Monster Yamaha Star Racing tent, and I was at Honda, and to me, everybody, for two reasons, seemed like not going racing was the best idea. One, you don't want to put your athletes at risk on that type of track in those type of conditions. Like, you're just upping the ante for things going wrong, for one. And secondarily to that, it's late in the season, and these guys have everybody racing on their teams. So, like a Monster Energy Pro Circuit, Kawasaki have both East and West guys racing, plus Kawasaki has their SMX Next guys also racing. That's a lot of motorcycles that are going to get destroyed in a very short amount of time at the very end of the season. So you're gonna just explode the parts budget with 2 weeks to go in the season unnecessarily. So if you can avoid that, if the mechanics can just go wash their bikes and service them and have them ready for St. Louis versus completely destroying them, which is what would have happened if we had gone racing on that racetrack. That's a win for them. I understand for the fans, they probably don't care about that, but in reality, that is something that the teams are thinking about this late in the year, destroying. I mean, think about how many bikes that Yamaha has on the racetrack. Think about it: 450, SMX Next, and 250 class. You're talking probably at least 10 motorcycles, maybe 12 motorcycles that are going to be garbage after Saturday afternoon that you're going to have to completely rebuild. So I did hear those things like, hey, if we don't have to go racing, maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, I mean, yes, they've raced in the mud. Fans probably don't want to hear that. They raced Foxborough, so I just want everybody to know.
It's not
as much as that sucks to destroy the bikes, they will do it if needed.
Yeah, it's not they wouldn't. Yeah. It's that hey, if we get to choose, and we could save $100,000 in parts across all these bikes, that would be awesome. Yeah. Like we would enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, if the first maidens hadn't gone off, then the day would be earlier, and then we would race in the mud if if there was enough daylight to go. But we had a set of mains down. Jed and Deegs won.
Yeah.
Let's just go to St. Louis, man. I get it. Like, I understand it. And again, listen, I was in the press box. I was bored as shit. J-Mart's VIPs came in, started eating the media snacks.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, can you guys believe it?
Oh, I love it. We know how you feel about this.
Yeah. So all of J-Mart's VIPs, like a bunch of goblins just eating our food and
trolls.
Like a bunch of trolls. So it wasn't great for us either. And then I was kind of pissed, honestly, because they told us, hey, no interviews after the races because there's still lightning in the area. And I guess there was. I didn't see it. So we couldn't really do any official interviews. So like literally as a media guy, like that's what we're there for, to gather information. I talk to whoever I can. I did talk to riders, many of them unofficially. But yeah, it sucks a little bit for us on that end because we didn't get the full scope of the event. But I mean, yeah, again, like I'd sit here and, yell at Feld. I can't see it, man. I get it.
Well, when you make a decision and it's the same decision that the majority, let's say, primarily all the teams are on board with, like, how are you
Yeah.
going to place blame?
and-
You know,
And if they had raced, if we had daylight, let's just say it backed up a little bit, we had daylight, the track crew would have to take down a bunch of the jumps, and then we'd have just rolling around in mud. We would just have another Fox, which is fine, whatever. Everyone would do it, but on the excitement level, wouldn't be great. So,
Yeah, but I don't want to stress that part because I don't
No,
want people to come away from this thinking that all of a sudden we won't have mud races anymore.
I'm not
It's
stressing
not about
it.
the mud.
no,
I'm just
mud
saying,
is
like,
fine.
we ran out
I'm
of
just saying,
time.
like, what
In
did we
the end,
miss?
We ran out of time.
In the end,
Yeah.
the factor was we ran out of time. That's what pushed this decision.
Yeah, and I'm just saying we ran out of time, but let's say we didn't. It also wouldn't have been great either. It would have been the track had a ton of water on it, man. So, it is what it is.
Was there? I have a question. Was there anybody outside of Justin Cooper that you can think? And I don't. This is not a loaded question. I'm asking this sincerely. Was there anybody that really suffered because of this? Was there like some really anomalous result that we wouldn't typically see because of one moto versus two outside of Cooper?
Yeah, I can't think of one. And look, again, I don't want anyone to think that was a factor in making the decision where they're like, well, Jet and Deegs are the two best and they won, so it's about the way it should. But you're right.
That wasn't a
I
factor.
bet you.
I'm just asking.
Let's be honest.
Arbitrarily.
Yes. Well, let's put it this way. We know how the teams are, right? They're very out for themselves. You probably wouldn't have had JT quite as unanimous. We don't need to do this if the first moto had been crazy and the results were all over the map. And they were like, dude, if we don't get this second moto win, we're totally screwed. Yeah, I would think most teams walked away being like, we pretty much got what we think we're going to get, even if we do run Moto 2. And if we run it in the mud, it actually just might get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there would be some Max Anstey type guys that would be like, what, we need to go racing, right? But like, on a big picture level, there wasn't any egregious wrongdoing that this was going to cause. So
if this was Prado corner, we could talk about, a GP guy doing well in the mud, but
I can't believe you're bringing Prado up. He didn't even race. He didn't even race, and you're bringing him up.
I know, because I have to, because it's
We're
a tradition.
10 minutes in, man.
It's a tradition.
Gosh.
They mutually decided not to race.
Oh, they mutually decided.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, that's like when
it's
when
single
people
points,
break
right?
up,
So I
they
think
mutually people mutually decide to break up. That's usually how it goes.
They usually do, yeah. Even like, hey, Sexton got second. I'm sure if he thought he had the whole shot at one point. He didn't get the whole shot. I'm sure he would have liked another shot at winning the overall. But if you're Sexton and KTM, you're like, we're good. We'll take our second all day long instead of going out in the mud.
I might have texted with him today, and he's fine.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
He's fine.
Yeah,
right.
If you're him, you're taking second instead of rolling the dice in the mud.
Yep.
All day long.
I mean, you have a small percentage chance of improving on your score. You have a serious chance of anything going wrong and lessening your score.
And look, Vial had one less chance for his shock to cause him not to race also. So shout out that.
I got a little worried for Vial in that first moto. I'm like, oh no, is the shock happening again?
I know. So track was, that's the reason canceled. We're moving on.
Can we talk one more thing on the canceling the second motos? By the way, this was the first playoff race that was ever going to be live at NBC. That's why the race took place at 3:00. I did see people saying, like, you knew the weather was coming in. Why not move it up? JT, you grew up in Florida, correct?
Correct.
You never know when you live in the Southeast. You never, in hindsight, but there was no way at noon that we were like, oh, for sure, we're going to have a mega storm between 3 and 6. We better start racing right now.
Well,
there's no way.
Two things on that. One, you can't just move around the NBC window for this programming. That's not something that's possible. And second, I don't know about you guys, but I know for sure for me, I kept hearing, hey, we're in the clear on this. Like, I think we're good. We're not going to get rain. Like, everything that we were worried about is now kind of fading into the background. And then, holy crap, did it not fade into the background anymore. So, if anything, the predominant thought was we were going to be just fine. Not, hey, this is going to happen. We need to take precaution for this.
JT, what started happening in those last 2 laps of the second moto of the day, the 450 race?
I was apocalyptic, man. Like, if if you're God-fearing, you were waiting for Jesus to descend upon the racetrack. Like, it was all coming apart all at once, wind everywhere. And really, the best thing that happened to the riders was the grandstands blocking the wind, because it only had a couple of windows, like tunnel to come in through. I'm whipping, like, I'm talking blowing really hard, but thankfully in the kind of meat of the track, the rhythm section, the finish line, the triple, it was blocked by the grandstand, so they weren't getting blown around so much. But out in the motocross section, we're talking like gale force stuff was going on out there. It really picked up fast.
Yeah, we had some rogue tough blocks blowing around on the faces and stuff.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Yeah, it was a little.
So the point I want to make here is they
storm.
had this 3-hour. They had not gotten the playoffs live on NBC. It gets really tough during football season, but they got a window, and then I think we did an hour only of the 3, and then the other 2 hours were just replaying last year's race. And then, Steve, the worst, we actually replayed the first moto again.
Oh wow! Wow!
So that really sucked. And again, it only matters for the fans. Don't cry for the sport had a goal here. It did not meet it because they couldn't race these motos live on NBC. But I don't expect anyone that bought a ticket to.
I mean, all the people that are working just had to do less work. Like, in the end, like, the only people that really kind of got left out in the cold on this are the fans. Like, everybody else was like.
And I felt bad for the fans because they left, they came back in, they left again. It was a lot of ins and outs. And then they were after the second one, they were streaming for the exits, and I'm like, we're going to have about like 5,000 people here if we do this race. If this race goes off, people were over it, which I don't blame them again. And then Weege, look, the NBC stuff, a lot of it is casual fans. So if you guys just ran Vegas last year, which I think you did, good enough.
That was kind of my hope when we did it, that maybe half the people watching would be like, well, I'm still watching a dirt bike race, and I don't even know who won that one either. So
yeah, exactly, right?
Not that bad, but that was another. Normally, we look at these, you're trying to grow the sport. Most people want to do that. So you look at these things as like huge opportunities that were missed. So that also sucked. They would have loved to have gotten back to racing with this live window. They wanted to, but they couldn't. I got some fan stories because I know people that live here, but I'll get into that later.
I was just going to add, I think there was a lot going on behind the scenes, right? This was not planned for, especially, and I cannot stress this enough, when we're on main NBC, that window for this to happen is brutal. It's brutal for everybody involved. So immediately you're trying to think, okay, this is worst case scenario. Now, how do we make this as good as possible in the worst case scenario? And in talking to people that were decision makers on this, for Will and I to go around and try to find interviews with people that really don't know what to say, they don't really have a lot to say because we're just in this holding pattern, or Weege, James, and Ricky to just kind of fill with no real content to feed off of. They're just kind of talking amongst themselves. That's not great television. Like, you're not really getting much out of that. In these NBC windows, when we're on, the biggest platform we have, we want to be showing the product. We want to be showing what this sport is, not a bunch of people sitting around talking and interviewing, and not like, the sport is what makes it so exciting. These people racing and the adrenaline and the chances they're taking and how difficult the track is. That's what the sport is about. That's what we want people to like kind of latch onto and clench their teeth into. So that was really, they wonder, like, why did we show Vegas? Why did we show the race over again? Because we have very few chances to show people what the sport's about, like what it actually is happening and why should you watch this in the future. They're definitely not going to get any of that with us wandering around, getting random interviews, going in the pits, sitting in the booth with you guys talking. Not that that's not somewhat interesting to the core customer, but that's not what this is. Like, we want to show dirt bike racing, and not perfect. I don't think anybody would say it was awesome, but again, I'm just trying to give some insight as to how we got to those decisions. Was we want to show what this sport's all about when we get this opportunity, and it's really all we had to show.
Should have showed High Point 2000 or Budds Creek 03 myself. I mean, just for a couple off the top of my head. But anyways, Steel City 99 too was good. But hey, you guys do what you're going to do. We'll talk about podcast mashup too on Friday here on the Fly Racing Racer X review. So we did see all day on Friday practice sessions, and then, like I said, we got through the first set of races. Poor SMX next guys. They're going to have to race Friday in St. Louis. Their race got canceled totally. So they'll race in St. Louis on Friday, I guess is the word. But we did see a gnarly track. Like, Weege, you have a little bit of a theory on the outdoor section of this track, but wow. Take the gnarliest national you can think of, and that was what we had on the back section. And ruts up the faces of jump. That rhythm section claimed Hammaker, Davies, Beaumer, someone else went over the bars. They did end up fixing it, but
Ryder
soft
Malinowski.
dirt. Yep, soft dirt when they moved it in. Never really got on top of it. The track crew did. They did try to fix it with some dry stuff, and it did make it a little better. I talked to some of the track crew guys, and they said, "Look, it was soft when we moved it in. It was not a steep face." Some people on group text argue that, Weege, but yeah. So they never quite got a hold of it, and it was a treacherous track. I mean, dude, just ruts up the faces, hook ruts up the faces. Look like no fun, JT, to ride. Zero fun for me.
Yeah, I mean it's really tough. Like, and I was trying to convey that on television because when I watch it, I can see it. I just am so ingrained in this, as are both of you. For them to look like that and to be making mistakes like that and kind of be going slow in sections like that is a big time alarm going off about how difficult it is. Riders of that caliber don't look like that. They don't case jumps awkwardly and bounce around and
Or
just
front
look
end
like,
high.
Yeah, they don't look like that type of riding style anytime, like ever. So when you see it, you should immediately go, wow, that track is brutal because it's causing them to look like that. So in and of itself, that only if you didn't look at the track, you barely watched anything. If you just watched one lap and you saw those guys kind of floundering around, you'd be like, holy cow, this track was absolutely brutal.
Weege?
I don't understand why it ended up as bad as it did. I mean, it did rain. I live here, so I was here. It rained really bad on Thursday, like really, really bad. But, I mean, it was hot and sunny on Friday. It was hot and sunny on Saturday until the rain came. It was so odd to me that it was still that deep and wet and rutted, after a full day of sunshine on Friday. And in the outdoor section, yeah, it was so heavy. Like the bikes looked slow. It was so heavy, so deep, so wet.
Didn't Ricky
look
say
like the
too,
gnarliest
the layout?
outdoors?
It wasn't way different in the previous year. But remember, last year Tomac was like, thought the track was actually really fun. Nobody thought it was fun this year.
No,
just
no fun.
But hold on, didn't Ricky was saying that they added a lot of sawdust and other materials?
Yeah, I try not to go too deep on that because for all I know, they actually did that last year. We didn't realize. I'm not sure all the facts, but it does seem like, yes.
Well, we didn't get that rain.
Sawdust that's designed to hold moisture worked against them.
Yeah, think about that philosophy, trying to make it thicker and add moisture, it does work. But when you get extreme conditions, for when you're trying to add moisture, you're going to get the extreme results of moisture. So to me, that's kind of what happened. Is like, hey, if we're just watering the track, this is going to work better. It's going to be softer. It's going to be a little ruddier, a little trickier. But when you get this deluge on Thursday night, then you just completely change the math on what that's going to look like. Think about like Loretta's. When Loretta's floods, think about how deep and gross it gets and how ruddy it gets. To me, this was kind of similar to that. It just takes an extreme amount of time to dry out because the other sections, like where Steve, where you were sitting by the press box, they were fine. They were 100% fine. All the sections by the finish line, where the start, each side of the start, they were dry. Like they weren't soft at all. It was just those sections out back where they had changed the compound of the dirt. That's where really all the problems kind of came in.
Yeah, but that rhythm, what about that rhythm?
Yeah, but like really tripling up onto that thing was the only problem. Like you never saw any other issue other than when those guys came short on tripling up over that thing. So it was like one takeoff that was really problematic. Other than that, there was really no issue. So if you want to say that one takeoff in one section, like one specific scenario of the rhythm section was really dicey, sure, we saw crashes there. But the rest of it was like, pretty reasonable. And I got to walk over there and do a track report from over there. It wasn't catastrophically difficult like the other sections were. I just think trying to triple up there, and if you noticed in the first moto, really nobody was doing it. Like it kind of turned into like, yeah, we're done with trying to do this. I just think it was a really soft kind of takeoff and a really punitive landing if you didn't get it right.
Track guys did tell me they added sawdust to the outdoor section. Yeah, that's what they told me.
And a lot of times that does work. A couple things that I had not even thought about here. For one, I'm the one that's always saying we're not going to have mud races in Supercross because we're so good at covering it. I don't think they can do that here. I don't think they are, whatever the tarps or whatever they use. I mean, I don't think that's not the outdoor section. They're definitely not going to cover that. But even the Supercross section doesn't get covered like it does in a stadium, I don't think, right? So that's one factor.
Yeah.
And a real outdoor section, we've all seen this. If it really gets bad, you just take the dozers and you just push 3 feet of mud off to the side. Well, here, this is dirt on top of ground. Like, you can't just dig. And also, I don't think people realize this. Believe it or not, it really is the Jeff Russell and the Loretta's GNCC Pro Motocross crew that builds that outdoor section most years. This year, there was a GNCC. They weren't there. Now, obviously, I'm sure the Dirtworks guys are like, bro, we know how to build some turns on a motocross.
Do they, though?
It wasn't really mud, though. Like, that's the interesting thing for me, is that it wasn't mud. It was like this deep, really soft, textured dirt.
It was like sawdust. It looked like they were riding in wet sawdust.
Right. Well, so that's what I think. Like, yes, they didn't cover it. We had sun all day Friday. Those things all pencil out because it wasn't mud anymore. It was just like what they had built. It was like I don't even know. Like they tried to do one thing. Like they created a monster with the dirt. You know what I mean? Like they tried to make it softer. They tried to make it deeper. But then they got all this rain, and it was like, you know, Incredible Hulk got hit with gamma rays, and now it's something they didn't even plan on kind of happening.
Weege doesn't know about Incredible Hulk.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Look, the guys were struggling with simple doubles. You know, over jumping, under jumping, all of that. You could see it, like JT mentioned. It was a tough track. Yeah, and when I got there Friday, I was even thinking, hey, maybe they canceled the first set of practices, or maybe they move them, or whatever. Because we got that much rain on Thursday. We were at Coop's place doing the live show, and when I got there, I walked out, and I'm like, hey, it looks pretty good. And then they hit the track. So I was with you, Weege. Like, when I got there, I'm like, oh, dude, this is pretty sweet. But
the section
there was the normal like Friday morning press that they did not do.
Oh, okay.
7:30 a.m. riding, they did cancel that. But dude, the bikes were muddy. But again, I felt like they were muddy on Saturday morning as well. And I was just like, this is so weird that the bikes are still this muddy.
I heard from two different riders. Two different riders and two different texts, and they used the word, it was just like Indy Supercross.
Yeah.
Rut-wise, yeah. So, you know, again, take that for what it is. Tough start to the SMX playoffs, guys. I know this is all what you both live for, and tough start. As far as the races go, the heavily favored riders both won. They did it in different ways. They were both impressive in their own way. I don't know what Chase was doing in the first two turns. Also, by the way, so I was asking about like Monster Cup days. We had this back-to-back start, and in Monster Cup days, they had to go to the one side of the gate or the other, right? For each of their different mains, and then they could go to what they wanted. I asked the AMA, and they said that the guys could go on the same side, both motos. Both main events. It didn't matter. This wasn't any sort of alternate rule like that. And clearly, the side facing the press box with the left turn was faster, right? Eli didn't do it, but almost everybody else did in the other classes. Did you guys feel that? Did you hear that? Did you talk to anybody about that? The second turn, of course, was with the right brake, the rear brake on your right side. But it seemed like that was the faster way.
I did not hear any distinct advantage.
Okay.
I didn't really ask anybody either, so don't take that as gospel.
Yeah. Okay.
It did seem like more starts came from essentially the side. When they came together, you were on the outside.
Yeah.
But it seemed like more starts, even the fake starts and the wild card race. Weird. Maybe just the way you're sweeping was actually quicker to do an S turn, like a right left instead of two lefts. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just wondered if you
It
guys
did
got
seem
any intel
faster
on that.
outside,
Yes,
though.
it did. And I noticed that the 30-second girls, they weren't timed they weren't synced up perfectly either in
Oh.
either main. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
No, I
Glad
don't
you were
didn't
checking them out.
make a difference, but they turned the board sideways at different times. So
Did you see? Did you see how good Deegan's start was, and then how bad he kind of fluffed the first corner?
no, I haven't rewatched it back.
Oh
So
man,
and
he absolutely crushes the start. Like
mhm.
easy hole shot, easy, and runs it deep. And then instead of coming out easily first, he's like eighth. Like, and I didn't know until after I went back and looked at it. And I'm like, hey man, because on the start he didn't give me much on the lead up to the NBC show, and but he did say like I kind of went to the start like, hey, think about the start. He's like, yeah, I really need to get the whole shot here, and he did. He crushed it. And I asked him that after. I'm like, hey, that wasn't the start we were kind of looking for. And he's like, man, I freaking hole shotted, and then I just went way too hot. And he totally did, but he blew it. But he nailed it. Like he nailed the first 50 yards or whatever that is, and then all came apart.
Deegs was in a weird mood all weekend. It seemed like a little bit.
He was, yes. It was so weird for me. I really feel like he was trying to kind of paint a picture or convey himself in a certain way, because I would talk to him off camera and I would get one thing, and then I would talk to him on camera and I would get something completely different. So I don't really know what his motivation was. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish, nor do I need to.
Did I hear about shoulder check at a press conference?
I did hear of this. I didn't see it, so
okay,
I don't
me neither. Yeah,
report it. I did hear about this, but I don't know it to be true.
Yeah, shoulder checking going on.
Yeah. But he was definitely two different people on camera and off when I spoke to him. So I don't know if this was like a playoff Deegs on camera or what.
Chase also blew the start because I thought he was coming out in front too. And I was asking him a little bit about it, and he admitted that he didn't really know what he was doing. So he looked like he had it, and then just got out of the way.
Did he have the super high starting blocks?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know this, but press box at Charlotte is absolutely terrible.
I was right. I was right by you. I was like 10 yards from you.
This race is absolutely terrible to watch. I could just sit at home in Vegas, watch it on TV, and I would, without talking to the riders after, you don't learn much. But yeah,
great press box for J-Mart though.
Yeah, great press box for J-Mart. So okay, let's cover Jet. Great ride. Just did his thing. Stayed a couple seconds ahead. Once Chase got in second after Eli washed out, definitely Chase caught him for a few laps. That was getting a little interesting. That was getting a little spicy. But then Jet maybe just looked back or did whatever Jet's going to do and brought this thing home. He was again. I got a great view of the sand, but I will in all seriousness, Jet was absolutely crushing that thing. And then everywhere else, he looked amazing. He just did what he's going to do. Jet won. Yay.
Hey, full credit to Chase here, not because of the race. He did a great job. Second, he was riding well. We all know that.
Fastest qualifier.
He rode really well. But what I'm talking about is in his interview to what you're talking about, where he closed in on Jet a little bit. He even says, he's like, Jet's pretty smart. He was gauging me when I picked it up, then he picked it up, and then I didn't have I kind of gave what I had to give, and then he matched that, and then we both kind of had to back it down from there. I like the transparency there because I try to talk about that on camera all the time. I'm like, you can see them. One guy goes for it, and the other guy responds to it. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. But you're always gauging. Like you have markers on people, and if they pick it up, you need to pick it up, and it's like this back and forth. And you don't hear the riders talk about that all the time. Like I feel like I'm just kind of pissing into the wind sometimes, and I feel like I'm a crazy person, and people are like, yeah, that's not happening. So I was really excited to hear Chase kind of talk about it a little, because I know it's a thing. I've done it in my own racing, and I know that the other guys do it too, but you don't hear them kind of lean into that conversation a little bit. Credit to Chase for being transparent and saying, yeah, I went, and then when he responded to it, I don't really have anything. I don't have another move. I'm going for it to try to attack him. And then once he responds and picks the pace up and we're matching, then there's really nothing else you can kind of do with that. And he kind of said, like, Jet's smart enough to know how the game's played in that way. So I appreciated that. Like, on a high level strategic racing side, I really appreciated him kind of sharing that with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old thing, like when you talk to racers after the race, because a lot of times you guys are delusional, you will tell the media, I was catching him, and you were. And it's a real thing. But then catching him and passing him when the leader's marking you and he knows there's 2 minutes left or 3, whatever it is two different things. Now, as a media guy, when someone tells me that, I don't go, yeah, but man, you weren't going to do nothing. Well, sometimes I do. But yeah, generally you're exactly right. The leader's in control. He's doing it, but I still got to give Chase props.
100%.
I did think
this isn't
I'm sure you guys missed
distraction.
this on. Yeah. No, I know. I'm sure you guys missed this on TV because you guys miss stuff all the time. Did you notice when Tomac was in second? I want to say, when did Tomac fall? 13, 14 minutes in, 5 minutes to go-ish, something like that. Anyways, so somewhere between 10 minutes and 15 minutes, all three of those jerkies lowered their times like 2 laps in a row.
No, Weege called it out. Weege called it out.
Yeah, I bet he missed it.
No,
but,
Weege 100% called it out.
Okay.
Actually, congrats to our statistician, Clinton Fowler, who pointed it out, then relayed it to us, then we relayed it to the world.
Okay, well, you guys got lucky. But that was cool. That was a little bit of like, we're going to go? You're going to go?
Yeah.
I'm going to go? Let's go.
And it got close. Like, at one point, all three of them were in the same section.
Yeah, I like that. That was really interesting. Now, again, you got to get by the guy, but I thought that was really cool. Three alpha guys.
Like that's what those guys do. Like they're sensing each other, right? Like it's feeling, it's visual, but there's a lot of unwritten things that are happening, there's all these sensual like cues that are happening, and it's no different than any other sport. There are a lot of things that happen that aren't necessarily like you're shooting off a flare, but these guys are reading signals and you're kind of reading the tea leaves about things. And when somebody decides like, okay, I'm putting in a huge effort here, the other guys have to respond to that. And everybody was kind of like, I tried to like say it when I was talking about Jet. I'm like, Jet's going to kind of go as slow as they're going to let him go. Like if they don't want to push the pace, he's not going to push it on his own because the track's super tricky. So if they don't push, he's not going to push either. But you saw when Eli and Chase pushed, so did Jet, right? And that was really the messaging is Jet is responding and he is reading their cues. Like he's just like, you guys want to go? I'll go too. If you don't want to go, then I'm not going to go because my chances of crashing are so much lower. But what you're talking about, it's really interesting to watch those guys all try to like, it's especially like moving chess pieces around on a board,
Especially look at the variations of lap times out there with the ruts and the track the way it was, and those three guys are like, nope, like we're what ruts, what rough, like watch this, you know what I mean? It was like 2 laps in a row. So you want to know why those dudes are the baddest dudes on the planet? That's the reason why, right?
When you can put in your fastest laps when the track is absolutely destroyed, like that says a lot.
Yeah. No, it was cool. That part was cool. Does Chase catch Eli Weege if he doesn't fall? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we might be in that same situation. Especially the passing would have been tough. Actually, I guess I could say there's a 50% chance a dude just makes a mistake back there and you just get by him with that. Yep. But I think passing him would have been tough. Yeah. I really do wonder if Chase had gotten the rare hole shot that he looked like he was going to get, how that race would have played out.
Yeah. Yeah, really, right? I mean, again, Chase was fastest in the qualifying, not by a lot, but that's something. To come back after being off that time, I mean, they did have Friday practice, but still.
I think we all had some level, I don't know if it was 20%, 30% doubt of like, is he all in on this?
Oh, that's why
I did choose him to win. I did pick him to win. So
did you?
I was wrong.
Well,
but
that's why you guys. That's why you guys pissed me off at the podcast mashup on Friday. The non-factor of Chase was strong. I felt. I
chose him to win on the Racer X show.
I know, but
on Wednesday.
Okay.
The whole convo on Friday podcast mashup was Diggs versus Jet.
I know, and no one's talking about Chase Sexton. But then again, halfway through Supercross, we're probably going to hear Chase Sexton saying like, still not there on the Cowie. Still getting used to the Cowie. And we're going to be like, okay.
You know what's a hilarious part of that take, the Diggs versus Jet hype? we're at Loretta's doing a show with Kevin Windham, and Windham is like, I really can't wait till next year to see Deegs versus Jet. And then I'm like, yes, with all due respect to Chase Sexton and Hunter Lawrence and Eli Tomac. And then Windham felt bad about saying that and somewhat disrespecting those guys. And then the rest of the night, he was bummed that he said that. And then the next morning, he's like, you want to know what's crazy? I was that guy. He's like, I was that guy. Everybody wanted to see Ricky race James.
Yeah.
I was standing right there. And even he knew at the time that it was really just about Ricky versus James.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, yes, you are the most Chase Sexton in this role that anyone has ever been.
Right. Yeah. No one talked about K-Dub, right? And hey,
No.
he's gonna he's gonna get in the way or he's gonna do
but
this.
He would win
right,
every once in a while.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after, just like Chase.
Hunter Lawrence got fourth. Not a good start for Hunter. Had to work his way up from the back, and I did not like his gear. Jet's gear was fantastic. I didn't like Hunter's gear. It was modeled after some Porsche or something, and it was supposed to be used in Supercross, but he got injured and didn't like his gear. Yeah, but other than that, he rode solid. I mean, again,
I didn't love Chase's. Probably the only one.
No,
that's like a color thing for me. I don't love that color, but yeah, I do agree with you. Jets look really good.
RJ fifth. Good job by RJ. Ken Roxon was higher up, dropped back a little bit. It seemed like he wasn't happy with his race at all. Good to see Kenny back though, for sure. There's
no way he's 100% yet, in my opinion. Like probably close, but I don't think he's 100%.
He was someone that I was like, you know what, this dude could get a start and lead a couple laps. 100%, like just out of nowhere, just being Ken Roxon.
It's always true with Kenny.
And I didn't notice any magic. I didn't notice any yellow magic.
I will say, dude, they came out of the motocross section of the first lap, and you're like, oh, here it comes. He blew by Sexton. He almost got Eli. He still had the classic Ken Roxon the first 2.5 minutes of the race. He didn't start ahead of them.
Yeah.
But it was House of Fury for the first 2 minutes or whatever.
Right. Webb came back, got seventh. He's never been good at SMX. He admitted that. There's been some extenuating circumstances on why that is. Like, changed teams, came in out of shape one year, the other year I don't remember.
Yeah, but
what happened. But
I mean, one podium out of 12 motos is all you need to know.
Yeah,
that's all you really need to know.
Dude, the first year, he said he was coming in more ready than anyone because he spent the whole summer on a Yamaha riding Supercross, saying like, I'm going to catch him off guard. Then we found out the tracks weren't as Supercross as they thought. JT, I can't even remember. Was it you or Will? Was it Will that interviewed him right before?
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
Dude, he basically said, like, my knee and these ruts, not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like Weege, you weren't at the live show and he was on. You came late. Yeah. But he kind of admitted at the live show, like, there's still a lot of money for fifth. A lot of money for fifth.
I knew that was his plan, dude. His plan is to not take risks, get something solid.
Well, like, all you need to know is look how talkative he is. Look how loose he is.
Right.
Yeah.
His head is not in, I'm going to win this championship. And he could tell me I'm an asshole for saying that. But, like, you can just tell from his demeanor that he knows kind of where he is right now. That will all change when we come to January. Like, that interview won't be so lighthearted and jovial, just because he will know what the ask is. Right now, it's like, yeah, man, coming back from injury, no one expects anything. I'm going to try to make a bunch of money and have a great time doing it, and then we'll get really serious this fall.
He was all by himself. He seemed like he rode all by himself. The pack pulled away. RJ went by him. Pack pulled away. He was way ahead of Savachi, I think, and it was like cruise mode. Fly Racing, though, JT, some gear, some retro gear. Damon Bradshaw came out, the Beast from the East. Yeah, two-stroke. That was cool. You're not selling this gear. People are asking me. You're not selling it.
And it's
sad.
I mean, it's a throwback to Damon's 91, 92 era AXO stuff, right? So, like, for us to try to take a commercial angle on that, I don't really think it's probably the right way to go anyway. But we wanted to recognize Damon. And honestly, this was Coop's idea. Like, this was Coop's kind of birth child, whatever, however you want to phrase that.
Birth child? What?
I'm trying to think what's the phrase there.
Baby.
Yeah, there's a
Coop's birth
particular
child
phrase I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But this was his idea. And we, as a company, wanted to make the most of it, get Damon involved, create this cool thing. We, we have a great partnership with Feld, so we talked to them about having Damon in opening ceremonies. And there were a lot of behind the scenes things that they were cooperative on. And I think in the end, everybody won. Fans were going crazy when Bradshaw came out. It was awesome. Like, there was really no downside to it. I thought it was super cool. So, everybody wins.
Where'd you guys get the 2-stroke from?
That was all Damon. I don't know. I think Yamaha had a hand in it. Yamaha was a super helpful part of this project too. But yeah, it was cool.
Well, Weege, I know your feelings on
where do you get the 2-stroke from?
What?
Is that hard to get a YZ250? They still sell them.
Yeah, but it's got white plastic. It had Damon's graphics on it. It had all of that.
Yeah, how could Yamaha possibly?
Okay, I don't know, man. All right, sorry. I guess they just crap out 2-strokes. Sorry, Weege. But
I mean, they literally manufacture them in a plant.
Okay, Weege. We know you're okay. Cool, man. All right. Way to shit on me. Weege, we know you're.
I'm bummed that I didn't get to see it. I'm bummed I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to see opening ceremonies at all.
Oh,
we were doing stuff, and I never saw it. I'm so bummed.
So okay, what did you think of the retro gear? Because Weege, your theory, your feelings on retro gear are known.
The gear was okay. The gear was okay. I mean,
So
it's weird
it's not
too because
like-
you know me. I don't like retro gear, but I sure as hell love me some 1990s Axo.
Yes. Yep.
But the retro thing is always tough for me. Man.
This wasn't something that we're like, we're going to reinvent the wheel and sell this. This was supposed to be what that was, right? Like, so if you don't like 1991 gear, that's okay. Like, this wasn't like, we're like, we're gonna change the game. That wasn't this. We were just trying
what
to.
was cool? What was cool was go ahead, Weege.
Bradshaw in Charlotte on a YZ250, absolutely brilliant.
Yes, he needed a retro bike, but that's okay too. So
hey, they had a number 4 on it, which was a pole 92 number. That was cool. So
another cool thing was the SMX jerseys. You guys made fly retro jerseys with Bradshaw in the font number 4 to buy at the booth. You could buy Bradshaw jerseys, and he signed every one. And he was up in the press box, and I don't know who the gentleman is that was supposed to stock the booth with Bradshaw jerseys, but that gentleman, he may have got an ass kicking yesterday because Bradshaw was up in the press box. They were out of Bradshaw jerseys down there, sold out. He had signed a bunch, and then there was somebody down there telling Bradshaw, people are asking for your jersey and they're out of them. And Bradshaw started yelling about some bitch and this and that. And then I got to go sign. And that some bitch was supposed to put jerseys in. Like, dude, not happy, not stoked, Bradshaw, that they were out of jerseys and he had to go sign more. And they were selling out because the riders get a piece of that. So that's you're taking money out of Bradshaw's wallet. So that was pretty funny.
I'll be real honest with you. I don't know what Damon gets out of that. I don't know.
Oh, he gets something, but I don't know.
I mean, you're telling me, who is very much involved, that he gets something out of this. Like, I don't think that's how this conversation should go. I'm just telling you, I don't know that you're correct.
He seemed
I
upset.
Understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you that I have a very significant part to play in this conversation. I'm telling you, I don't know that you're correct.
Someone should. I'm not going to do it, but someone should tell Damon that he doesn't get anything out of it. But
you have to understand, Damon. Like, Damon is the ultimate team player. So whether he's getting something directly from it or not, if it's not going to plan, you're going to get that same reaction.
Yeah. So, but it was cool. It looked good. Same font, same everything on it. Sad that Weege isn't on board.
No, actually, I didn't know this was a thing you could buy. Like, I would actually like one of those. That'd be rad.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
buy it. Then get off your wallet. No,
they're sold out.
There was more.
Not sold out. They were just sold out on site.
There were more somewhere. There was more somewhere in Charlotte area, and that some bitch.
Yeah, they will
get them to the booth.
Make as many of these as we can sell. I promise.
Right.
Oh, well, tell Bradshaw then we're going to be all right. They were somewhere else in the Charlotte area. Is that what you said?
They were just on site in a cardboard box and not selling, and that wasn't good. So,
oh God.
Yeah, it was great to have Damon up there, of course, as always, legend. And that part was cool. Fly Racing, use the code PulpMX to save at flyracing.com. And whatever it is, Formula helmet, not the retro gear, but anything else. BOA closure system on a couple of sets. And also thank you to the folks at Matthes Tires, Matthes.com, great mountain bike tires as well. And please check out the International Supercross race team, who I believe has signed Vince Freeze for next year. I think it's done.
Oh,
Old Vinny will be back in Soupy on a Cowie for Bubba Pauly on Max's Tires. Get ready, everyone. Get ready.
Vinny, Soupy, Pauly, Cowie.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Weege. What were you going to say? What were you going to say?
I just went to smxjerseys.com and looked at the hero collection. And right now I'm seeing all the legends. These are the legends. These are all legends. Got Travis Pastrana jersey, James Stewart, Jeremy McGrath, Rick Johnson, and Brian Deegan. Legends.
Just going to move on. We vowed to just move on.
Okay.
So I'm going to move on.
Smart move.
I think there was supposed to be a Bailey one. No, what happened to the Bailey one?
I do remember seeing a Bailey one.
He was going to send me one.
Maybe it's sold out. Maybe Bailey's going to be pissed like Damon.
Bailey was going to sell me one.
Somebody get me the link where I can see this Bradshaw jersey.
It's sweet. I looked at it at the stand. It looks good. So check out flyracing.com or SMX jerseys if you want that Bradshaw jersey. JT will follow up with someone at Feld and make sure that it gets listed.
Find that cardboard box.
We're selling them on this show. Like literally, we're selling them on this show.
Oh, no, they don't have it in here. Oh, I see it. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, it's not under the Legends?
It's just on the front page, straight up. Don't go to Legends. Just go to the smxjerseys.com.
Can't bury the headline. Biggest thing happening right now.
I guess that some bitch came through. I don't know.
Yep. We got 4 new ones. We got the Webb, Bradshaw, J-Mart, and Cole Davies.
J-Mart.
J-Mart legends.
Dude. J-Mart is a legend.
Snacks.
Okay. All right. Moving on. I don't know what to say. Like Ferrandis, Savachi said he wasn't happy with the race. He got 9th. I don't know. I feel like Joey should be 5 to 9.
Has he ever been, though?
Yeah.
Has he ever been?
Right. When is
Ever.
Joey's glass half full? Shout out to, Justin Cooper he fell in the first 2 turns or somewhere.
Can we ask?
Came all the way from way back to 11th. Yeah.
Can we talk about Joey calling you out for your fake news on the Kawasaki story?
Yeah. Luckily, I covered myself in that tweet because I said I heard.
So you heard wrong?
Yeah, well, if I know something to be true, I'll be like, hey, Cowie contacted Joey and Joey said no, right? That's how I would phrase that because I know that it happened. But I didn't have a great source on that. So that's why I said I heard this. And then but knowing Joey, it could have still happened and he still would have said fake news to me on Twitter. Right?
But did you ever get final say on did this or did this not occur?
No, I didn't follow up. I did mean to follow up, JT. You're right. I meant to text Joey and be like, hey, and what is the deal here? But I had heard that from, a good source. But
yeah, I'm not trying to call you out. I was just I'm just curious.
No, I know.
That's all.
Yeah. So Justin Cooper came from way back to 11th. Benny was happy with his ride. Benny had a 9 p.m. flight and his dad, Jeff, it was the same flight. Jeff left before he even knew they were canceled. Jeff was not missing that flight. He didn't care about his son, Benny. He made his 9 p.m. flight.
Hey, there were a lot of people in that boat, man. There were a lot of people stressing about flights when I was in the pits.
So Jeff was out. And Benny kept texting in the group text, like, what's going on? When are we racing? I have a 9 p.m. I got to make this. So, but anyways.
Jet and Hunter were 2 of those people. They were like,
yeah,
let's figure something out. Racing or not,
right?
Let's go.
Benny rode well, though. 12th place for Benny. Good job. He had to go to wild card race. By the way, the wild card race, they're taking 7 now out of 12. Yeah,
which is ridiculous. However, despite even that, Chiz could not.
Dino. Well, Chiz, honestly, I mentioned this in our preview show.
This.
Yeah,
you didn't expect him to Chiz.
No, Chiz has not been riding much. Chiz is not on his game and didn't think he was going to make it. But you know who did make it interesting? Of course, is the Tin Man, Dean Wilson. He showed up out of the blue, and then he couldn't get in until like a lap to go.
Uh-huh.
And then we kept in the press box. he was his knees were his legs were falling off in the ruts, and they were coming. We were like, Dean, your knees! Oh my God, your knees! And then we saw him when I was eating barbecue at Honda. It's good barbecue too. Thank you, Lars. Dean came by, and I'm like, dude, how were those ruts? And he's like, oh, mate, I was dying. I'm like, yeah, man, you can't do that, Dean. You can't ride outdoors anymore. Oh, it was hilarious.
Did he have to stop for oil at any point?
I don't know. He needs to, yeah.
In the knees.
Knees and oil in the bike, oil in the knees.
Oil in the knees.
But I want to thank Dino for, again, they took 7. There's a clear sort of separation of guys, I feel like, in the wild card races, guys that were like literally not doing anything and just got a call to come on out. And Dean, but yet Dean still made it interesting for us because that's what he does.
I think he said on Instagram that he also ran out of tear-offs on the first lap.
Yeah, he did. He told me
I
that
literally
too.
don't even know how you could ride.
Yeah.
Like, with that dirt back there, what could he see by the third lap?
I
Anything?
don't know. But he told me I ran out of tear-offs, and I go, oh, really? He goes, first lap. And I go, so you just pulled the stack? And he goes, I think so. Okay.
I really want to know what he
you
saw.
either pulled it 20 times
Right.
or you didn't.
You pulled it 20 times in 4 corners.
Yeah.
Or, Dean, you
Didn't.
pulled the whole stack off. Not really much of a
Right.
debate.
Yeah.
Right. So that was interesting. Shout out to our guy. Valentin Guillot was on the board in 5th for a lot of the first practice. I made a joke to Lewis about him cutting the track. Lewis is like, there's no way that's real. He texted it to Hurlings. He sent a photo of Guillot at 5th to Hurlings and said, look what you could have done. Hurlings sent back something about him cutting the track.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it. He ended up 7th, though. Like he did, I think, got 7th or 8th.
Yeah, it's great.
Our guy.
It's awesome.
Our guy, Guillot. Now,
Love Guillot.
his second fastest time was like 5 seconds slower.
Yeah, they only count 1, though. It's fine.
Yes, they do. But our guy, Guillot, he crashed on the last lap, he told me, in the main. I didn't know that, but he crashed on the last lap and lost like 2 or 3 spots.
Yeah, he says he went from 12th to 14th.
Oh,
I will say this. Love Guillot. It's really outside of Cooper Webb, Jet, and Deegs, the champs this year, Vial in Supercross. I really feel like it's Guillot's year, really,
yeah.
outside of the champs. But I did notice a massive discrepancy between the wild card practice times because we had what?
Well,
I think 3 of the top 5 in the 250s came out of the wild card.
yeah, do you want to talk about your guy, Masterpool? Wild card practice
Master
times?
Pool number 1, Anstey, Bennick. Where were they in the races?
Yeah.
So I think the wild card practice, for some reason, was way easier, the track. I don't know why that would be.
So shout out Guillot on the board.
Is Guillot, the Gavin Graysick, Cody Cooper.
Oh,
25?
yeah.
100%. I just got to get a damn plaque together here. I'm running.
I was
I
working
wanted
on
to do
that.
it by Buds. I got JT. I even got the Gavin Graysick's blessing. He loves this idea.
Loretta's, right?
Loved it. Yep. I got to get it done here. But Guillot, the legend, just continues to grow. He had a plan where he was going to show everyone him doubling jumps on a Supercross track at club. And then each week he would show jumping more to show his Supercross improvement over these next couple weeks.
It was great to see. I couldn't believe it. Guillot on the board.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I watching? What world am I in? Oldenburg got 17th. I talked to him afterwards. Not comfortable. Not an outdoors guy. Not a motocross guy. He was very, very sketched out for sure. Shock came from dead last to 18th. I don't know about anybody else. Koulis wasn't bad. Koulis actually I didn't think Koulis would make the mains. Like in the wild card, he was really good. Yeah, I didn't think so.
I mean, the track was like Blackwater more than it was Anaheim.
Dude, last year he was like, okay, I guess this was Dallas last year, so different track.
Yeah,
but
you think?
last year Koulis was like, I can't do this. I'm not ready for this. It's horrible. Like, all of that stuff to me about SMX. Like
this was. I think this track condition was very, very up his alley.
Yeah, but Derek Drake and Welton and Harlan?
Harlan's barely raced. Derek Drake, I don't even know what to say about Derek Drake. And then, Welton should have been fine. but he got taken out by Chiz. So like, I don't know. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
Dude, there's probably so much time to be gained and lost in one turn of that motocross section with those ruts. Kulas probably was the best through there.
Harlan said he showed up and there was a motocross shock on his bike. And so then he told me that shout out Factory Connection, shout out somebody else, and shout out someone else. He got a supercross shock. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
But then he said that his bike didn't start for the wild card race.
Yeah, then he had water in his fuel. I don't know, man. This is what happens to these guys.
This is
JT knows this. This has happened to JT 20 times.
At 2007, I had bad fuel. I had to make the night show. I had to double the triple. I couldn't make the triple, so I had to double the triple. Made the night show. They finally figured out what was wrong with it. So I tested the bike on the Toyota. Remember when they had the Toyota track that they would put like mini bikes on out in the parking lot?
Come on, dude.
I tested out there before the night show. Yes, 100%. Yeah. This is. I know what these guys go through. Yes.
Yeah.
It is the best part of this pod when we tell these, when we have the Jet Lawrence story followed by the Guillaume not getting his fork oil changed, all the way up to Washougal.
There's a great photo.
The JT story.
There's a great photo of me going down the starting line, like flames shooting out of my exhaust because the fuel was jacked up and it was just misfiring. My bike's like a top fuel dragster shooting flames out of my exhaust. It's just incredible.
I guarantee
like when A-Ray lined up next to AC in that moto with the front flat on the gate.
Adam's like, what are you doing?
That is incredible.
Like, YOLO, man. I'm going for it.
The fact that you would take off with the front flat.
That's why our sport is awesome. And so somehow Harlan worked with 3 or 4 different suspension people to get a supercross shock in time. So yeah. And then
just for his bike to not even run anyway.
Yeah, and then exactly right. Yeah. All of that work and his bike doesn't run. And then he's texting, is there money for the non-qualifying guys? I'm like, I don't know. I think there is, but
there is, but I think it doesn't go all the way back. So I think he probably got nothing.
So one year at Millville, didn't know what was wrong. So I raced the first moto. My bike blows up. Okay, that sucks. And my dad's a fantastic mechanic. So bike blows up. Okay, we put the practice engine in. My dad, you know what that entails, right? Like so much work in between motos, switching engines, one person to do all this. I go out and race. No, I'm sorry. Saturday, my engine blows up. Put the practice engine in for Sunday race. Go out in the first moto. Engine blows up again, and we're like, "What in the hell is going on?" Borrow an engine for the second moto. That also blows up in the second moto because where the airbox attaches that rubber boot, the glue had come undone a little bit, so it was pulling sand and bypassing the air filter and going straight into the engine like dust was. So I destroyed 3 engines over the course of a weekend. So my dad's like, let me get this straight. I got to fix the practice engine. I got to rebuild that. I got to rebuild your race engine. And now I have to buy some stranger a brand new engine.
You're like, yes, you do.
As we're driving, 28 hours home from Millville.
Yeah.
This is why JT's like, do you understand that there were 12 Yamahas under that star tent? They didn't want to have to go out in the mud. Traumatized.
Yeah. Fly Racing, Racer X Pod, code PulpMX to save at Fly Racing. Thank you to Maxis and Renthal, as well as motorsport.com. Check out motorsport.com banner on PulpMX to help us out and make your order there. Free shipping on over $79. Motorsport.com, great guys, and they support Carson Brown, and they're working on some big things for next year. Great prices, and if you need to rebuild 3 motors, including some strangers, they got OEM parts as well. So thank you to those guys, and Brunt Workwear as well. Check out the Marin boot. Hunter's guy Cam, Hunter's mechanic Cam, helped me out at that whole shot contest. Didn't really like him bringing a rear fender. That was kind of a dick move, but generally speaking, he helped me out. So I got him a pair of Brunt boots. for the effort, and he got them, and he's wearing them now. So also a fan of Brunt workwear boots is Cam, Hunter's Mechanic.
Cam. I
Cam.
think you should start a nickname, Cam.
Okay, sounds good.
Cameron Camera.
So thanks to Brunt Workwear. Use the code PulpMX when you're checking out PulpMX Show. Sorry, PulpMX Show will save you money. Brunt Workwear, great boots, and they got more than just boots as well. So please check those guys out. And Onyx Maps too, Weege, as well.
Yeah, Onyx Maps has 500,000 miles trails mapped out for mountain bikes, for hiking, of course, dirt bikes, single track Jeeps, side by sides. If you're a side by side owner, maybe you live in the Las Vegas area. Maybe you are hanging out in the Charlotte, North Carolina area for a week and need to know where you could ride a mountain bike if you had one, which you could probably have a buddy, maybe a great human, hooked you up with one for the week. Onyx Maps would be the place to go. So go to onyxmaps.com or Onyx Off-Road in the App Store. Yes, Steve, you're staying in the Charlotte region here for the next couple of days.
I am, yeah. And always these things sound better when you make the plans as opposed to when you're actually doing them. But I had a great day by myself watching NFL football, writing my column.
What happened to Phil?
I don't know. Never. Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's fake news. Steve's like, basically, what's going on today, JT? Phil is like, want to get some beers and watch football? And there was no response after that.
I thought I did.
Whoa, hold on. So you just answered, what happened to Phil? I don't know. And the reality was he said, do you want to hang out and watch football? And you just never answered?
No, he actually said beers and football. He didn't say, do you? He said beers and football.
What do you mean?
What could that possibly mean?
I got work to do. I got to finish this
column.
Oh my
gosh,
I got a busy
ridiculous.
I got a busy week of podcasting and mountain biking ahead of me.
You can't throw him under the bus on the front end, and then it's not true at all. And you say you want to be by yourself. Football.
What could it mean?
He didn't say, do you want to have beers and football? He said beers and football. Maybe that means with him and his chick. I met his chick this weekend. I met his girlfriend.
Seriously. Mm-hmm. You sound like a chick with that comment.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
He didn't specifically say that he wanted me to come watch with him.
He didn't.
Oh my God.
Okay. Moving on. But I will be mountain biking with Weege and not Brayton because an amateur took Brayton out.
Well, he also hurt himself in the process really badly. So
who?
Fowler. Luke Fowler.
Oh, he did? He got hurt too?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. All I heard was Fowler's bike broke and cartwheeled into JB.
Yeah, I think he broke his femur or something.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Yeah, not good.
2 for 1.
Yeah, it's worse for Fowler. Even I'm going to say it's worse for Fowler than it is for JB. But it sucks. We will not be able to mountain bike with JB this week.
No, not at all. All right, 250s, Deegs. So Hammaker had a big one in practice, right? Got lucky.
Huge.
Now, it's never good to crash like that. But, I mean, he did lead the main, most of the main. And he had a 7-second lead on Deegs.
11 seconds.
11? Okay. So do we give him a bit of a pass because of that practice crash?
Yeah.
Or do we say, geez, Seth, like 11 seconds? You can't over half the race to go?
Well, both can be true.
Okay. Because I feel like look, Deegs is awesome, and he's really good at closing, as we know, but I was like, Seth's got this.
Yeah.
Seth's got this.
I think there's two things. One, Seth has been struggling with some health stuff. Like he's not like all systems go, perfect health Seth. And then also the practice crash Friday, I think made it, set him back even further. So while I agree with you that I thought he was going to win, 11-second lead, you're the fastest guy on the racetrack. Yeah, I'm there with you. I think he's dealing with some stuff too. So I'm going to say maybe both. Probably a typical answer for me.
Weege?
First, Steve, he actually did, I think, at Budds Creek actually tell you the name of what he had. I can't remember now.
Colitis.
Colitis, there you go.
Yeah.
Also, I think we had a penalty in that moto, and we got super confused because we are watching Deegs jump this same jump. Turns out the penalty was for the jump after all that, which Seth jumped and other guys did not. So I think that one double alone was probably worth 4 seconds right there. So that's probably part of the reason he had such a big lead. but he still couldn't hold it. I hadn't thought. Yes, the practice crash looked horrible. I don't know. I just thought Deegs closed down. I mean, JT, you asked Deegs if he was worried.
Yeah, but
His answer was no.
yeah, I don't know that that's ever going to matter. Like,
I don't. Yeah,
yeah.
Deegs was a man of very few words.
What he tells me, yeah, do what you want with it.
Also, really triple whammy. You know the whammy thing? Whammy, no whammies, and you hit it?
Yeah.
Weege does not know.
I do actually know that show.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. It's a great
It's a game
movie
show,
about
right?
Yeah, it's a great movie
yeah.
about a guy who gamed it.
Yeah.
Gamed the system. Anyways,
Luckiest man in the world.
Yeah. 3 whammies for Mitch Payton.
Oh,
Levi
God.
Kitchen gets docked for passing on that jump. Hammer gets docked points for that because of Garrett Marchbanks laying there. Like, just pro circuit, pro circuit, go F yourself, because this is what you're going to get. Like, pro circuit, tough whammy.
It was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Surprised they didn't go back and like give Mitch like a ticket on his rental car or something, just to finish it all off, or somebody got arrested or something. God damn.
Is this like the 9th time we've had a how can it get any worse for pro circuit over the last decade?
I don't
It's
know,
like
man,
the hits
but
just keep coming.
yeah.
I mean, we had Kitchen and McAdoo crash into each other with red plates last year.
Yep.
This year at
was
Daytona,
bad.
remember, it's like Kitchen's about to take the lead. Kitchen's hauling ass. Put the camera on Mitch on the infield, which they never do during a race. At the moment that Kitchen then goes cartwheeling. And then we know what happened to Hamaker at the finale this year.
Yeah.
The hits just keep coming.
Oh, dude. So Marchbanks, I guess, is going to be okay, but probably missed some races.
I never heard about the situation. What, ankle or something?
I don't know.
I heard limping, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a report from his buddy, but his buddy's calling him names, so we don't really know what is sore or not.
Is this the buddy that you were supposed to watch
Yeah.
football with today?
Yeah, and I think the buddy thinks that he's playing it up. Who knows? But he's hurt. Yeah. But
Did the buddy want to watch football, or is he just putting random nouns into text with no reason?
If the buddy wanted to watch football, shouldn't he have followed up with, "Hey, what time?" or anything? No.
Again.
Anyways, listen, I was busy. I had stuff to do.
That is very chick-like, JT.
But I'm clearing
really nailed it.
I'm clearing my schedule by working today, clearing it for the rest of the week, I hope.
Almost every Sunday all year you fly. So hours of your Sunday are taken up by travel, which you didn't have. Like, you just woke up at a hotel. Removing the 6 hours of travel, you still didn't have time to do anything.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So Deegs wins. Great job. Never worried. Hamaker second. Joe. Maybe if Joe gets into Hamaker's place, if he makes that pass, maybe Joe wins, because Joe had the fastest lap of the main. It was almost 2.5 seconds quicker than Deegs' fastest lap. Joe was shredding.
Joe would have
just
won.
got a little impatient.
Yeah. Bedbugs will all come after me for that comment. That's okay. I firmly believe Joe would have won.
Joe was great. Weege.
I'm not touching it like JT. Go ahead. Deegs all the way, baby.
So Joe got fourth, but because of Levi's penalty, Joe gets on the box. By the way,
how about those jerseys, Steve? Those legend jerseys.
Yeah, what about them?
Nothing to say about them?
Yeah, no, nothing. No.
Okay.
No.
All right, JT, you can own this one.
Yeah. Okay. Also, do you jerkies know if they're going to give Hayden 50 points from this race because there's no second main?
It's only single points.
Yeah, there was definitely some confusion when people saw the points on the screen. It's so hard to remind yourself it's not a 2-moto format.
Yeah, it's Olympic scoring, and then that's right.
It's like a triple crown.
Okay.
At the end of the night, there's one winner. He gets one race's worth of...
Nobody knows because there's so much gimmicks involved. But yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, and then also I saw people... I actually get confused myself because we actually showed points on the show before we showed the results. And I was like, why does Jet have 47 points? I'm so confused right now.
Yeah.
That was because he got 25 for winning, and he had the 22 points coming in from the seating. Even I got confused on that one.
Yeah, the sheets on the scoring are a little confusing because they'll have a guy in ninth, and you're like, wait, he didn't get ninth, but then your seeding points, he's in ninth now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you forget about the seeding points real quick. No, it is not like a national where you get 25 per moto win. You get 25 for an overall. So whether they race 2 motos or 1, it was the same amount of points.
Faulkner and Ryder D both rode really well. Ryder D was good in SMX last year, if you remember. Yep. Ryder D had, like, out of nowhere, had a really nice SMX series. And Faulkner qualified 17th. And I was looking at him for PulpMX Fantasy, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. And then he had a great race. Got 5th. Good job for Austin Faulkner. And Ryder D was good. Vial went backwards a little bit. I was wondering about that second moto, but we'll never know. So Vial, I guess in the press, Vial refuses in any interview to admit that anything's done for Honda Europe.
I think it's just...
Yeah, but they all refuse.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to stay out of trouble with KTM.
Okay.
He did a great job, actually, of... Yeah, I think it was Michael Lindsay that asked a question talking about moving to another manufacturer next year, and Vial did an amazing job of being like, yes, it's true. I will be moving to a 450 next year. I'll be on a 450. It'll be different to race on a 450. These are my last races on a 250. It was a great swerve.
Davies crashed at some point, I believe.
Yeah, Weege, I was... Did you see it, Weege, or no? You must not.
No, his description of it was hilarious, as always. But I did not see it.
I'm yelling at Bondo like, he's down. Davies down. Like, scream. And I think they were trying to get it in the replay. And I know you guys didn't see it yet, and you guys kept mentioning, like, and I'm like, he's down in that sweeper back there. Like, and it, whatever.
No, I never saw it.
Happens.
He had a good one in practice too. He got lucky. He flew into the fly, tough block there off that rhythm section. Oh yeah, he just hooked it right.
Bad. He didn't even go down.
I know, but it could have been like if the
was
thing
that
wasn't
same
there.
Section where the other guys were flipping. Yeah. He got off to the right and ran into the tough blocks, and they stopped him, but he didn't tip over.
Well, I saw it from behind it. He just went hard right, and so I was like,
but like he hit tough blocks, and that made his bike stop, but he never actually hit the ground.
Right.
Certainly better than Beaumare.
Yes. Thrasher 9, Masterpool, Weege. Would you care to weigh in on that?
I don't know, man.
The best thing I heard was put Masterpool on the KX 450 factory ride.
Come on.
And I'm like,
sir,
fans. Put Masterpool on the bike. And I'm like, sir, he's missed more mains than he's made in the Supercross class. And yes, he won a national, and he was good on a privateer Kawasaki 450, but come on, man.
I understand always it's to put the privateer on the factory bike. Do they not know that he's no longer on a privateer? Like he is on a factory bike?
Yeah.
He's on one now.
Max Anstie came from way back to 13th. He was almost dead last. Jordan Smith had a rough race. I don't know. He fell. I see his jersey was all marked up. I assume he fell out there somewhere.
Other than on the starting line.
Yeah.
He was down. Visor off.
Visor gone. Yeah. Marchbanks we mentioned. Other than that, I don't know, man. That's all I got from.
And then a couple other guys got banked up early. So poor Malcolm Stewart, your reward for doing all the races is to case a jump. Jax is back on Friday. Can't race Saturday. So
Bummer.
That's your reward.
Did you guys see it? I didn't see it. Did you see the case?
I didn't. The only guy I know that's RC saw it when we were just watching on Friday.
Okay.
Said it was a tough.
Yeah, bummer deal. So like the wild card races, 7 from those. So they're kind of anticlimactic too. But I remember them last year being kind of that way too. Like just the attrition rate and the riders that are going to these races. It doesn't,
I saw the Beaumare one. That one was not good.
Oh, that was not good. Nope, not at all. Rough 2020. Rough second half 2025 for Julian Beaumare. It started off so strong.
I don't know where we go from here. And it's not.
Yeah.
That's not a great injury to come back from.
Nope. Kind of what Henry did though, right?
Yeah, I mean, but like
burst fracture, you get a cage around it.
Sure.
I think. Yeah.
But again, it's just I'm just thinking big picture. It's not like he broke his arm, is all I'm saying.
Nope. No, you're right. Good thing KTM's got Tom and Chase there. KTM diehards. Loving it. They're both loving the Orange Brigade.
Hey, AP was there.
Yeah, he was. I didn't see him.
Great cheerleader.
I saw he was there, yeah.
Awesome guy. So, Steve, long lost Mike Farber. You're one of the few that go back far enough to know who that is.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, Foobs, who used to run the Racer X merch booth for years at the races. This is like peak party days. Foobs like to have a really good time. You know JT.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You know JT.
Yep.
Hadn't seen him in, 15 years. Shows up at this race. He's with some buddies who are huge Plessinger fans. And I'm like, well, I got news for you. AP is here, and he's got nothing to do but sign autographs. So let's go find him.
Oh,
So
you
I
took
brought
him too?
over, and they were just having the greatest time ever.
Oh, cool. There was
Good on you, AP.
a massively drunk guy screaming for myself and Phil when we were over by Honda. Just screaming. Phil, Matthes, Blue Crew, I'm Blue Crew, and just Canadian champ, and like just hammered.
And it was not Fubar.
No, it was not Fubar. No.
Fubar was so disappointed. The only guy his main running buddy back then was Knowles.
Yeah.
Of all races.
Yeah.
Knowles did not come to.
Knowles has been to every race for 20 years.
Yeah.
Misses this
Hoops
one.
finally comes back. And
It's
Knowles
like
is
2
not
hours
there.
from his house.
That's true.
Yeah.
Knowles
Yeah.
was in South Carolina.
Yep.
Did Knowles go to GNCC or did he go to nothing?
No, he had to go to the Parts Unlimited show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Knowles.
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, too, shout out. I want to shout out to Mark Barnett's kid. Mark Barnett's kid gave me that.
Is that
It's
SMX
Bombers?
jerseys?
You can't get this at SMX jerseys. It's cotton and it weighs 30 pounds. It's Barnett's rookie year jersey.
That's pretty cool.
First year of Fox Racing and everything.
What is
his
that, like
kid,
79?
Adam. 76, I think.
6. Wow.
Dude.
So his kid gave it to me for the studio. His name's Adam. And I remember Paggio used to ride with him in Florida back in the day, and his nickname was Adam Bomber.
Nice.
Yeah.
The bomber.
So I never met the dude, but he came up at the live show and gave me the jersey. So that's awesome. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that.
That is incredible.
That's something that's cool. You can't buy that at SMX jerseys.
No, that's sweet. That is really cool.
Mark Bomber's rookie year. So again, thank you to Fly Racing, Racer X, and the code PulpMX saves you with Fly Racing.
He did a live show. He did a live show on Friday or
did a
Thursday.
Thursday, we got a live show
Top Gun.
this Friday in St. Louis, everybody.
Another one, yeah.
Check it out. It's about 25 minutes from the Dome. Tickets for sale on pulpmx.com. It'll be us three, some special guests. So, yeah, come see us Friday night before St. Louis SMX. Appreciate that. We had a live show Thursday at the dealership, Power Max, at the front of Top Gun Raceway, which is the track that Coop bought.
Are we at
And
a track Friday?
What?
Are we at a track?
Yeah,
on
where
Friday?
is the venue for St. Louis?
Oh, it's like 25 minutes away from
Is
the
it
Dome.
a track?
No. No,
Okay.
it's a real theater. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry. I didn't know what you were talking about. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought you meant, are we at a track Friday? Meaning like,
No,
are we at the
there's a-
Dome
I
Friday?
think there's a big ride day at a track on Friday, and I wasn't sure if it was there or
No.
not. Okay.
Oh.
Got it.
Got it.
So yeah, tickets available on pulpmx.com.
Yeah, come see us. Now, Steve, the Top Gun track that
Mhm.
you went to on Thursday, unbelievable piece of moto trivia that I was not aware of until
Okay.
this weekend. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Jason Thomas's first pro race ever was at Cooper Webb's Top Gun MX Park.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight out of Loretta's to Top Gun.
Sure was.
Jeez.
Yep. Mega
JT
Series.
just dropped this on me. I almost fell out of my chair. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, first pro
Tim
race.
Chester,
I'm like,
Billy
yo,
Wiles,
what?
Jim Neese, all those Kevin Walker. In my bike, I hole shotted which 250 was the big bike class. Hole shotted, I got third, and my bike looked like it had gotten run over by 70 bikes because there were so many tire marks from all those jerk offs just
they
smashing
must
me in every
hated
corner.
you.
Yeah.
They hated you, I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah.
it was just how it was, and I was the young punk kid, right?
Yeah.
So they were
Yeah.
trying to push me out of the way, and yeah, thankfully I hung in there.
Damon told me, but this is before the SMX jersey controversy. He grew up riding there. So, like, literally as a kid, he told me that his brother, Zach, probably won more races than him at that track. Zach was a master of Top Gun, I guess. So, yeah.
I even more recently would see Zach with Zach's kid at the track like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Still
okay.
the master. Still the master.
Right.
Zach Bradshaw.
Zach Attack. That's what he had on the back of his pants. Zach Attack.
Great track. I'm so
Yeah.
pumped that Coop and our guy
Yeah.
Rarick are going to be involved. Awesome to have that going.
We had a podcast mashup on Friday, and I got Lewis Phillips in. Still no thank you from him officially on that, but he's welcome for that. there was a spot open, and I said, "What about Lewis?" And the person was like, "Yeah, what about Lewis?" And then Mike Mewey got involved, and next thing you know, Lewis is on the stage with Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart.
Unbelievable.
There's no chance Stu knows who he is, right?
Oh, I think he does. No, he wouldn't know who he is.
You do?
Oh, I have no idea. I would
I
have.
don't know.
I don't know. I'm biased. I think the world of Lewis.
Lewis said he's never spoken to Stu.
I say doubtful.
He has now.
But Stu knew who it was.
Yeah, he has now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that always turned into like a cool thing. We started it last year, thanks to the guys at Feld, and of course the audience questions 0 for us 4, all for Ricky and James, which is to be expected. And yeah, good times doing the podcast mashup again. We're doing it for Vegas as well. So it's not this weekend in St. Louis, but Vegas. We're doing it again. So should be fun. Too much Jet and Deeks talk, but hey, you guys are on it that way. So
This is what the fans want. They do not want to talk about Chase Sexton.
can we just talk about SMX though and Charlotte and all that? No, we can't. We just got to go.
Questions. I don't know what
We
you
got to
want
go.
to do.
We got to go right into 2026 outdoors. That's what we got to go right into that.
I mean, turn on ESPN. It's just Dallas Cowboys,
LeBron.
LeBron
Is
James.
LeBron better than Jordan?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. We only got 4 topics.
Yeah.
The
No.
only
would
2
Kobe
baseball
stack
players
up?
are Judge and Ohtani. They're the only 2 Major League Baseball players that
It was
exist.
for a while, forever until recently. It was Tom Brady versus Joe Montana or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Just play the hits.
All right. So St. Louis this weekend. No chance we don't run the second motos. Everybody, there will be a second moto in St. Louis. So if you got tickets, plan on that.
We had a really fun. Stu made the joke. We had a lot of time to just do nothing. He's like, "Hey, we saw it with WMX. They raced an additional moto on at Budds Creek. They did 3 motos at Budds Creek
Mhm.
to make up for a moto they missed 3 months earlier at Colorado." So Stu's like, "Can we just do a Friday moto at St. Louis to make up for the moto
Yeah.
that didn't happen at Charlotte?" And I'm like, "Well, the best part about that is it's a 2 moto format. So it would actually still determine the Charlotte overall. It would be like
Yeah.
Jet wins the moto Friday at St. Louis, and now he's won the Charlotte.
Yes, I like
round.
it. I
It would've
like
been
it.
great.
Stu's a genius.
7 days in between.
But the SMX guys, like I mentioned off the top, they are racing Friday to make up for their canceled race.
The futures.
No, SMX next.
You said SMX guys. I'm like, that doesn't really narrow it down.
SMX next.
SMX next. World
Please-
All Stars.
Pl-
Yeah.
Please get it straight.
Yes.
You can please get it straight. It's World All Stars.
Is it not SMX next?
It's the SMX,
SMX
next World All Stars.
Stars.
Oh
It's all
my
of it.
God! Stop it. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So they're racing Friday, but yes, the this weekend will be more of a Supercross in St. Louis. Should be a fun time, and kind of bummed they're not doing more with the convention hall. What they told us when
Yeah.
they first mentioned it, but
Me too.
yeah, it is what it is. JT actually, for once in his life, he did make a very good point on our SMX preview shows. We all love the St. Louis dirt, but we're always there in the spring. So let's see what September brings for St. Louis dirt. I don't know, but
It'll be fine. I just don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be the traction epicenter
Yes.
that
I'm-
it was.
I'm with you. It's not going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Right.
Right.
So stay tuned for that. All right. Anything else? What a
Nope.
race. What a race.
Catch the
Just-
fever.
Yep.
Catch the fever.
Amazing. Just amazing. Can't believe
Please
how
come
great
back next year. I know a lot of people that went and still had a good time. I'm not even just saying that because I'm a shill. I was actually apologizing to people that went because I'm like, this has never happened ever.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
And I-
91 Hangtown.
oh yeah, one moto.
Run Moto. They canceled it.
Somebody
They were
asked me that. This has never happened. I'm like, no. Down
Yeah.
Henry won their first ever nationals.
Yep.
In this
And
exact
whatever happened
scenario.
to those guys.
Yep. But
They were soft back then.
But listen, again, I think it was the right choice. I really do. I'm not some shill up here like you two guys. I think it's the right choice. They couldn't.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was
They couldn't do it.
it was the right call.
And actually, though, Weege, so I did hear Charlotte had a 3-year contract for SMX. So I do
Uh-oh.
wonder if it's coming back. Like
Uh-oh.
they do want to move these things around. We've had a lot of variety. Chicago, Coliseum, Dallas. You know, we've had some variety here. So I do wonder if we're coming back to Charlotte.
Don't do it. I mean, I will say this: the stands look packed.
Yeah,
They did.
They did. I know they did well. And the thing I would say about why I would say there's a likelihood we go back because there's just nowhere to go. Like there's no venue availability in September. There's just not. Like football, baseball, concerts, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing. So I don't know what their options are.
Did you know that each grandstand of that holds 30,000 people?
No, but I think we had about 25,000.
Well, Lewis Googled it and said 30, but he's also from the UK.
Yeah, I don't know any of that. I feel confident saying we had around 25,000 people there.
I feel confident saying that it seemed packed.
I thought the place fit 35 total, and to me, it looked darn close to full.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was more than
pits were packed. You know, I was walking around the pits and everything.
Yeah.
So
I would be bummed. This is like I said at the very beginning when I showed up for your live show on Thursday. The fact that this weirdo track series hybrid thing got the series into Charlotte and Vegas, which were sorely needed, I can't imagine walking away from either of those.
Yeah, Charlotte's motorsports place, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, and I would like to say that this was also this venue's a hit because it's easy to get to and easy to come from the airport, and there's a lot of stuff around it. But I don't know what the hell happened with the traffic at the end of the day, so I'm going to just park that argument.
Yeah, not easy to leave. It's like Hotel California. You can check out whenever you want, but you can never leave.
That was pure chaos,
dude.
Yeah,
bad.
I don't know, but I remember last year we were allowed to do post-race interviews.
Yeah,
not this year. And I did my post-race interviews, and I still got stuck in traffic. So
yeah, I don't understand because I've gone to the NASCAR race next door where there's 110,000 people, and you're like, "This is going to be oh, we're good, we're out, we're already on the highway."
Right.
So I don't understand.
Well, we can blame Feld for that too.
Sure.
All right, everybody.
Year,
Thanks for watching and listening. Appreciate it. St. Louis this weekend, Friday night live show. Please be there. We'll have some special guests. I'll let you guys know about my week in Charlotte as well as we go, and we'll see exactly how inviting Jason Wygant and his friends are
Beer and
coming
football.
forward. So thanks for watching and listening. Thank you to Anton for the hard work behind the scenes on this review pod, and Fly Racing, Renthal, Maxis, Brunt Workwear, Motorsport.com, Onyx Maps, all on board with us. And JT, Weege, thanks, boys.
See ya.